demonstration of this 2010 iMac running macOS Catalina. So this is a 21.5 inch mid 2010. This is running 10.15.7. It has the dual core i3, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 megabytes of VRAM. As for the storage, we've got the two partitions, one with High Sierra and one with Catalina. The RAM, we've got four 2 gigabyte sticks to create 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now this actually runs Adobe Premiere, so let's do it on the other monitor and let me drag this over. And this runs it actually very well. So let's hit play. This is playing at full resolution in 1080p. So we can hear the fans ramp up just a little bit right here. This is actually the Terminator Dark Fate trailer that I made. So we see a little bit of stutter there, but other than that, this is actually perfect. Perfect playback almost. There are just some stutters right there. That's not very stuttery. Yeah, so that part. We're also running the screen capture, so that's probably contributing. That screen capture is probably using all the VRAM. Yeah, so we've got a lot of stutter. Yeah, that's not so stuttery. Yeah, see, then it plays back fine. I'll show you what's coming. So there's the part where I talk, and we can see that actually plays back. Now, the problem is that the rendering is awful, and the fans ramp up quite a bit, and we can actually see. Let's open Activity Monitor, and when we're rendering, I'm not going to demonstrate rendering because it's just so slow. But a few bugs, and I don't know. This also happened in High Sierra. So anyways, I'll get to that in a second. So when we're rendering, see our CPU is really high right now. Even when not rendering, we can see we're the fans. So this, really, and it's just idling, and Premiere isn't even doing anything. It's just idling. And we might actually be able to, see, it went down a little. Yeah, but this is 2-core 4-thread i3. I don't know what model of i3 this is, but Premiere is using a few gigs of RAM, actually. As far as the VRAM, nothing. Oh, but this VT Encoder XPC service seems to be using a lot of the CPU. Now the bug that I wanted to talk about is this. So this is the GPU history, and we've got nothing. This also happens in High Sierra. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's just limited to the amount of VRAM. So let's actually use DOS Dude's Catalina patch. So if there are any patch updates, we can grab them, but there aren't any. So this actually runs Premiere really well. I'm actually going to close it down, though, and I'm going to save. And I do. Now the problem is, and we can see this is kind of reflected here. Once Premiere closes down, I'm actually going to unplug the other monitor. I don't want to accidentally throw anything on the other monitor here. So we've got the other monitor unplugged. And Premiere just quit. Whew, that's slow. So Resolve. So this gets kind of weird. Resolve is it doesn't even work. And I can actually demonstrate that here. If it'll open. So there we go. While it's opening, I might just talk about how I implemented this patch. This is actually really easy, and the install process it actually took under half an hour, which is kind of ridiculous, almost. So I've got my iCloud signed in. I've got everything now. Cinebench is the other weird one. And it could be to do with the patch. I don't know, but I did apply the post-install patch that kind of fixes the crash on launch thing. So we can see like this. So we can't even run Cinebench. It essentially just crashes after a while. So that's really weird. It's probably too new for the CPU. Also, Intel Power Gadget doesn't even work. It's too the version. The CPU is so old. Let's jump onto. This is almost done launching. Let's jump onto what's it called? Let's see. This is an iMac 11,2. Let's jump on here and take a look. Okay, so while that's loading up, now the holiday show, I'm not actually going to demonstrate that, but here's the thing that happens if you watch. This is really weird. So like, what? I hit play and nothing happens. It looks like the audio might be doing something. Hold on. I don't know what that audio is. We can see the fader right where the cursor is. I hit play and nothing happens. And I've left this for over half an hour and it doesn't do anything. It's just like this is unusable. You can't use Resolve on this machine. I think because of the lack of VRAM, but I'm going to have to keep digging around with this because this is interesting. So this has a Core i3 540 Clarkdale. And it also has, I think because of the lack of VRAM, and when I quit Resolve, it doesn't even quit. So you gotta force quit Resolve, which is weird. I might just keep it on here just because, but and actually, we might actually try Media Encoder. Premiere Media Encoder, basically the same thing, but Media Encoder is for the actual encoding of the clips. So, there we go. Let's test out Media Encoder. And let's check our CPU usage once we're doing this. I've actually never opened Media Encoder on this machine, so it's probably going to take a while. I don't actually want to go for that much longer. It's already 11 o'clock, but you can see our fans are pretty high. And actually, speaking of which, let's open up the fan control. Spotlight's freezing on me. Hold on. So we can actually see what the RPM of the fans are. So we are running at a 1502. And the CPU is running at 87. So let's bump these fans up. So we're 2663, 2628. This is going a little. The hard drive fan isn't all the way up. It's probably going to reach all the way up though in a few minutes, but I'm going to set this back. Anyways, those fans do get loud under full load. I've never actually heard them under full load, but this iMac, I'm not kidding, I'm feeling it right now. And it's just like you could probably cook an egg on it. It's so hot. So let's see, especially the top. So let's bring a piece of media in. Actually, I have no idea how to work Media Encoder. I think you just do it like this. Let's render in H.264. Let's render in 4K. And hit it. So you can see how slow this is. Looks like the time remaining got an hour and a half almost. This is how slow this is, and this is a 15-minute clip maybe? I don't actually know. Probably says somewhere. So, like, this is slow. While this is doing its glorious little render here, let's open up Activity Monitor and check the temps. Oh, we're almost out of RAM here. We're using almost 75% of the RAM. Oh! Yikes. So let's open up our CPU thing. You can see all 4 threads are kind of maxed out, with the exception of this one. And let's see what our fans are. We can kind of monitor this. Our optical drive. This optical drive actually gets really hot, so it's necessary to actually turn on the fan, but I've never tried that. Like this optical drive, I'm not kidding, it's so hot. It doesn't even work anymore, so what's the point? Oops. So, actually I'm going to quit this. I don't think I'm going to need it. So we can see all the cores are like maxed out. I wish we could check the GPU. That's just so weird. I've never seen this happen. This is like the only Mac that I've seen this happen on. So, anyways, so we can't run Cinebench, we can't run Resolve. The only program we can use is Premiere and Media Encoder, and this is so slow. Like, I've got to use this for my film projects, so this is going to be kind of insane. But luckily I've got my MacBook over there that, is like, will absolutely annihilate this in every way. So, again, this is the base model iMac, but we did upgrade the RAM a couple of years ago. So, this is like hilarious. 256 megabytes of VRAM. Like, what can you do with that? Like, nothing. And when I was in the recovery, like, this is even tearing a little bit. Even if I move it around, like, this is still kind of tearing. But when I was moving around, by the way, I actually haven't, it's not showing up because I don't have it plugged in, but I've got the HP M223 TN panel monitor next to this, so I can hook it up anytime I need. So I can have, like, Premiere on one monitor, Media Encoder on the other monitor, although I don't want to try running them both at one time. But, this is actually totally usable. Even though it's not metal accelerated, this is like, it's so slow, like when I click on something, that's just the hard drive. So that's honestly the hard drive. So we got our High Sierra install and stuff like that. I can access my external hard drive. We can see we got a little glitch there. Now this interesting graphic issue I was having, actually in Launchpad, recently right-clicked. I don't know when it's gonna do something. There we go. Okay, so interesting graphic glitch I was experiencing was I was having the window kind of ghosting right here. That's actually not happening. It only happens sometimes. So I wish we could check our GPU. But this drive is dual bootable. We've still got our High Sierra install. I made sure to keep that. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop this render. This is like this is hilarious how slow this is. Hasn't even, like, what? Like, how can you? Okay, I want to cancel this. Oh, I said yes. I want to say no. And I've got the spinning beach ball. Might have to just force quit. Oh no, there we go. Okay, perfect. Alright, so that's kind of my little overview. This was a fun little thing I was doing, and this iMac is like so hot, it's unbelievable. Like, I wish you could feel it. Especially the left side's almost burning my hand, it's so hot. Like, I can't put it on for much long before, like, burning my hand. So, anyways, that's all I've got. See you in the next video.